Okay, looking at the first example, you are asked, what is a simplified form of each expression? How do I do number one? We're looking at 5 squared. So what does 5 squared actually mean? Does it mean, let me give you a choice, does it mean 5 times 2? Or does it mean 5 times 5? 5 times 5 is correct. So 5 times 5 is what it means. Okay? How do I do this on my calculator? Let me switch back to Symbaloo. And I'm going to click back here into the calculator. And I'm going to plug in 5. And then I'm going to hit this AB button, squared. And I'm going to put the number that I need. And my answer is right here, 25. Okay, so for number one, going back to the book, this would be 25. Okay. I know you can't see from looking at the video. That's why it's kind of important in class that you're writing this down 25. Hear the answer, but you won't see this written. So make sure on your paper you're writing 5 times 5 is 25. On your quiz tomorrow, this is what I want to see. I want to see what that means and what the answer is. Okay? Step by step. Let's take a look at number 2. Okay? Where we have 2 to the third power. What does 2 to the third power actually mean? Alex, can you tell me what 2 to the third power actually means? Okay, so is it the same thing as 2 times 3, or is it 2 times 2 times 2? Hold that thought. Pretty slow. What does 2 to the third power mean? Excellent. So you're saying 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2? Okay. Alex, do you agree with that? That is your official answer? Okay, so what do you agree with about our answer? What does 2 to the third power mean? Hold that thought. Mike, what does 2 to the third power mean? Okay. What is 2 to the third power mean? Okay, you can multiply 2 3 times. Now let's back here. What does 2 to the third power mean? Excellent. So that means 2 times 2 times 2. And if I go to my calculator one more time, I'm going to go back to the Symbaloo site. I'm going to click into my calculator, which I already have it up here. And I'm going to erase this here. And I'm going to go to the AB button to the third power. And that answer is 8. Okay, so I need to go to the calculator, plug it in, get my answer. So for number 2, your answer is 8. Let's take a look at question number 3. Question number 3 is asking me the same thing, but it's a fraction now. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it here so we can see a little bit better on the board. 3/4 to the second power. What does that mean? This 2 on the outside of the parentheses goes with everything in the inside. It goes with the top number, and it goes with the bottom number. Okay? It goes with the top and the bottom number. So what you're doing is, you're taking, if I'm looking at the 6 parentheses, you're taking 3 times 3 on top, and 4 times 4 on the bottom. So go ahead and write that down. 3 times 3 on the top, 4 times 4 on the bottom. So when I do that, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4, 16. Okay? This is the part I want to see. I want you to show me what does that actually mean. Not just answer. You can put this in your calculator and get the answer. Okay? 3 times 3 and 4 times 4. In your calculator, it works a little different. Let's see what happens in your calculator so you know, is this going to help you tomorrow? In your calculator here, you have parentheses. So oops, I only erase this part one here. So if I do the parentheses button, and then inside, I'm going to put, what was the original fraction? 3 over 4, right? So we have the fraction 3 over 4. And then I come out here and I go to the AB button and I put 2. That's what my calculator gives me. You guys see this? So this doesn't help you. It'll give you 0.5625. So did it give you the fraction? No. Okay. I can maybe double check. What is 9 divided by 16? If I do that, 9 divided by 16, I get 0.5625. It's the same number, but it's a decimal. So your final answer, right, has to be the fraction. You can double check in your calculator to see, is this number 0.562 the same thing as your calculator gave you? So you can check with your calculator and make sure you did it correctly. But I need to see the 3 times 3 and 4 times 4. All good? Guys over the back corner? All good? Thumbs up, good? Thumbs up over here? Okay, let's make sure you got me. No questions, all together. Any questions before I move on to the next one? Okay, so do I want to see your final answer, or do I want to see how you got to the answer? How I got to the answer, excellent. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Next question here, we're looking at number 4. Number 4, 5, and 6, you're doing something in here that you haven't done yet. We're using that keyword, which means we need to do what? What's that word everybody's going to write up on the board? Substitute, right? That's the key word to help me solve 4, 5, and 6. We have to substitute. How do we do that? Because we're looking at this problem, we see that x equals 3, y equals 4. So wherever there is an x, I'm going to put a 3. Wherever there's a y, I'm going to put a 4. So when I do that, I need to rewrite this equation as x squared, which means it's 3 squared plus 2 parentheses, x is 3 again, plus y is 4. And let me just write this on the computer for you so you can see how that looks. Let's go back. Can I do this here? I probably can't. So let's go back to the calculator here and see if I can put that in there the way I have it written on the board. So I'm going to put in there as 3 squared. So that is 3. You guys see how the calculator button is working? You hit the AB squared. And then I have plus. So I'm going to arrow over there. Actually, I got to, let's go back down here. Arrow over again. Let's go back. And here, oh, back up on top. Oh, have a little problem here, technical difficulty. Okay, so there we go. Just had to get back on the bottom there. I got 3 squared, and then I have 2. And then I have a parentheses, 3 plus 4. We got 3 plus 4. Okay, so that's how it should look on your paper. 3 squared plus 2 in parentheses 3 plus 4. Now, remember about our dear Aunt Sally. Aunt Sally, right? Sorry, had experience with my aunt. Okay. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, our course of operation, right? So, looking at this problem, what's the first thing I need to do? Just tell me from there. Okay, there's a power, but what do I have here? Parentheses, right? So I want to make sure I do that first. But you're right, you want to do that you can do it at the same time because it's separate, right? So see what I'm saying? I can do 3 squared because it's away from everything. What is 3 squared equal? 9. That's the same thing as 3 times 3. So we can rewrite this and put 9 plus 2 parentheses. What we have to do is inside the parentheses, right? 3 plus 4, 7. So go ahead and write it down just like this. And I'm going to clear the screen. So when you look at this at home, you can see what you should write. It should be 9. And then I have plus. And I have to put the parentheses in. And in the parentheses, we have 3 plus 4, which was 7. Oh, my mistake. I forgot one thing. I want to do 9 plus, there's the plus button right here, plus, and then I have 2 times 7. So 2 parentheses 7. Okay, did you notice I said 2 times 7? Yes. Okay, before we get to the answer, what's the net? Notice I said 2 times 7? Because when I have a number next to parentheses, what does that tell me I need to do? Multiply, excellent. Michael, do you agree with that? Oh, the other Michael. Okay, so what do we have to do? When we have a number next to parentheses, that means what? You multiply it. Excellent. Just like she said. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do 9 plus 14. Okay, so my next step, and you can see on the calculator what the answer is going to be, right? But I'm not concerned with the total or the exact answer at the end. I want to see how you're getting there. Yes. Okay, the answer is what? And did you notice here? 23. Okay, excellent. And you can double check, and it's the same answer. So what I want to do is my next step, just to double check, I'm going to put in 9 plus 14. Now, I'm doing this for a reason because I want to make sure that you know when I give you the quiz tomorrow what I'm looking for. I'm not just looking for the final answer. I want to know that you know your orders of operations. So show me what you're doing. And then my final answer is 9 plus 14 is 23. Okay? So keep that in mind as you're doing this tomorrow. All good in the back? Thumbs up good? Yes? Thumbs working? Over here, thumbs working? Okay, good. Anytime you're not sure, give me the thumbs down or the middle thumb and I'll, yes. Okay? Can someone tell me how we got 14? That's right. Excellent. So how did you get 14? 2 times 7 first, because the number next to parentheses means multiply. Excellent. Great question. Okay, let's take a look at the next thing. All right, let's take a look at number 5. We have parentheses with 2 letters inside with this 3 here. Okay, the third power. So every time I see the X, I'm going to put a, everybody, 3. Every time I see a Y, I'm going to put a, this side of the room, 4. Excellent. I'm not sure the speakers are working. Okay. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to do parentheses 3 times 4 parentheses to the third power. Notice I put a dot in the middle of 3 and 4. I also said 3 times 4. Because a number next to another number means I have to multiply. on your paper, I'm going to show you in the calculator here, in case you go home and you want to double check, what did Mr. Somerville write down? I didn't remember what he did. I did parentheses. Again, I'm not looking for the final answer. I want to know that you have the right procedure to do it. And then I'm going to go to the third power. And look what happens right away. See that, guys? I not only showed you how to do this on the calculator, it gave you the answer. But, is that what I'm looking for as the final answer? Do I want to see what process and the substitutes up? Excellent. I think I said it any better. Okay, so what do I do here? Inside the parentheses, I have to do 3 times 4, which is, survey says, 12, right? And then I have 12 to the third power. So let me rewrite this here so you can actually see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to take parentheses, 12, and then I'm going to go over here and do AB to the third power. My answer is 1728. And it shows me that here. But what does 12 to the third power actually mean? Right? 12 times 12 times 12. This group over here, you guys agree with that? Okay, so what does 12 to the third power mean? Excellent. Multiply 12 3 times, which is 12 times 12 times 12. And I'm actually going to do that right here, just for the heck of it. 12 times 12 times 12, and that is 1728. I still get the same answer. So you can check yourself to make sure you have the right answer at the end. But I'm really concerned with the process and the steps you took to get there. All right. Let's take a look at the next problem. And I didn't, okay, good. Look, let's take a look at number 6 now. We have 4x squared. Again, whenever you put a number in for the x, it has to be a 3. So I'm going to rewrite this as 4 parentheses 3 squared minus 3 parentheses. Whenever I put a number in for a letter, I want to put parentheses next to it, just so I'm multiplying. So it looks like I'm multiplying, I don't forget. So x is 3, parentheses, y is 4. Okay. So there is my answer. I should say my next step. So I'm going to write this down on the calculator so you can actually see it. So let's take a look at the calculator here, and let's write down exactly what I have. And you'll see the answer. You'll see what the answer should be, but you have to make sure you do the right steps. So I'm going to write down what we have here. I have 4, and then I went back and put parentheses because I was inserting numbers for the letters. And then over here, I'm going to put the AB. So I go ahead and put the 2 in for that. So we have squared, and then I'm going to put the minus button in there. So subtract 3. And now I'm going to have a lot of parentheses because numbers in parentheses means I'm going to multiply. I have a 3 in the parentheses. And then next to that parentheses, I have another parentheses. And then I'm going to put the number 4 into there. Okay? So let's take a look at what we got here. What's my final answer going to be? 0. How did I get that? That's not concerned about if you know what we're supposed to do. So let's take a look. Again, parentheses have priority, right? So let's do what's in the parentheses. So we're going to have 4. 3 to the second power is the same thing as 3 times 3. Everybody, 3 times. A little louder. There we go. Now I know I got you. Okay. So times 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Yes. Okay, let's take a look at what happens. Okay, hold that thought. So I have minus a number next to parentheses means what? Multiply, right? What's the number next to parentheses mean? Everybody? Okay, this side? Okay. So we have 9, and then we have parentheses 4. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to write this down on the screen so you can see what we have here now. So we should have 4 times 9, and then we have minus 9 parentheses 4. So that's written on your paper. What does it still equal? 0. Right? You're not changing it, but I'm looking at the steps you're doing. And now, what do we have? 4 times 9 is actually 36 minus 36. Survey says answer is, number one answer, 0. Okay? As you can see, from the beginning, we knew it was 0. At the end, it's still 0. I need to know that you need to know, like I need to know that you know the orders of operations using your Aunt Sally. Sally, or Sully. If you had a Sully. Okay, so that's how you do those problems using the orders of operations.